Leos, this is Tarot with Ariana Stark. This is your reading for June 2020. Before we dive into the video, do us a favor and click the like button to help spread the word about Tarot with Ariana Stark. Also, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already done so. By doing so, you won't miss out on our future videos. Like always, we'll rely on Tarot for your overall messages. And we'll also end this reading with some messages or some piece of advice from Spirit from the Butterfly Oracle deck and a Denise Linn deck. I think it's the Gateway Oracle cards. So let's just shuffle the tarot cards to understand what June has in store for Leos worldwide. Towards the final days of May, stepping into June, we have the Knight of Cups. This was a period which was quite tense. Maybe your family members were not listening to your point of view, especially your elders. There was bias which existed in your relationships or within the home front which you had to deal with. Also, it was like someone was trying to enter your life, trying to broker peace between warring factions, whether it is between you and other people. But then he didn't make much headway. On the love front also, you may have found that there were admirers who wanted to offer their cup of love, but it was up to you whether to accept it or not. Maybe you were unaware of the feelings of the other person. Influences for the month, we have the obstacles to overcome card. We are following the cross spread. So first we look at the challenges that are in store for Leos. Obstacles to overcome this month, we have the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords talks about moving forward. So you'll have to adapt and you'll feel that your schedules could go for a toss in this month. Oftentimes you may feel that plans are going haywire and you need to think on your feet. You cannot be too rigid. You have to be flexible and you have to move with the changes. Even at work, I would advise you to pay attention to the details. So it's quite likely that you may ignore the nitty-gritty. Leos also advised not to be too exasperated or not to overthink in situations because it's a fluid energy and because you're moving forward. So you're going to make a lot of progress if you understand how you're going about the task. Sometimes you may also feel in the month that you're being watched or that your moves are being carefully monitored by other people, and this may make you feel stifled within the home environment or at work. Influences for the month, we have the 10 of Cups. So overall contentment can be expected despite the obstacles which you are facing or despite the situations that are there. But still, Leos, you'll feel that overall contentment is there. Even those who are romancing, you'll find that your lover listens to your point of view. There could be harmony. You may be thinking about settling down or you may be thinking about starting a family of your own, many of you. But try not to be in relationships where it's always you who's always making the move or who's always being the more of the giving partner in the relationship. Even at work, you'll make good progress. There'll be opportunities for work employment also. It's could be good luck and change is also on the cards. There'll also be reunions with family members in the month or with acquaintances. Your social life will be on the upswing. The first 10 days of June, that is 1st to 10 June, we have the 10 of Swords. You'll feel that you're being backstabbed or you're being betrayed, things are falling apart, or that you'll be too overburdened. Many a times you'll have to step in because others don't take responsibility and you have to take the onus, or the onus is on you to take charge of the situation. It seems as if everything is cyclic and it's like everything is falling out of place. Maybe you will also feel that financially you're quite burdened. You don't have deep pockets and you may have to take help from other people. Your loved ones may think that you don't have a concrete plan or how you should go about your life, or you think you're already broke and you're down and out. So you need to listen to family elders, but someone will help you out in the situation. Those who are romancing, you'll find that your lover will give you a piece of advice about how you need to proceed at work. Basically, you have to be patient in the situation rather than get exasperated or get annoyed with whatever the situation that you're encountering. Even work offers, I would say that they may not materialize or whatever, but then you need to be patient and let this energy also be over. You'll also be quite helpless because your family faces a lot of problems. And sometimes you may feel that your instincts are being ignored by your family members. Next 10 days, that is towards 11th to 20th June, we have the 2 of Pentacles. You'll be juggling money and energy. again, as I said, in this whole month, you'll feel that you'll be quite meeting new people or you'll be socializing. But then there'll be those times when you'll be quite withdrawn and aloof, and there'll be also those times when you will be mingling. Still, there could be some disharmony in your relationship, especially on the home front. Also, you may risk it all and you may end up losing a lot of money if you try to be too greedy. Certainly, they say risk, 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 reward, 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 but then that may not be the case between 11th to 20th June. So, be very cautious in money matters. Take everything with a pinch of salt. Everything is not going to be hunky-dory and everything is not going to be too rosy. Those who are single or those who have someone on their mind will continue to cyberstalk your crush in this period. You may feel that telepathically you are both connected and that you are connecting on the 5D world. You may want a reply or you may want some answers from your beloved or your love interest or your crush, but then you may not get the answers that you're looking for, so you may be a bit crestfallen also in this period. There's also be opposition to your lover in this period in case you're already romancing. On the other hand, those who are married will enjoy, or you'll watch good movies, or you may be watching romantic songs, and also that could help create harmony in the marriage, but then your in-laws may not be too kindly disposed towards you. Leos will also be helping your spouse at work, so maybe you'll be bookkeeping or you may be handling each other's accounts or affairs, and you could find that your partner could reveal a lot of things which you were not privy to. The last 10 days of June, we have the 8 of Wands. Communication will increase. Many of you will also travel in this period, but you need to work within the limitations or boundaries. Don't overstep the boundaries, or you could be accused of financial trying to make hay while the sun shines, but then you want to make hay while the sun shines, but then there are limitations. Maybe the boss may not be happy that you're doing things behind his back, so you will be forced to apologize, and this could leave you quite upset. In this period also, if you're working or you're traveling, you'll find that there'll be people work related romances also a possibility for many of you, or maybe there could be an offer, or there could be a lot of suitors lined up who show more than a passing interest in you. For Leos, this is also the period when there'll be spiritual awakening or spiritual journeys. Maybe you could go and join a social a camp like yoga, or you may be into inner work or inner healing in this period. Married ones should avoid tiffs with your partner. Maybe you could be accused of marital infidelity in the month, so you should avoid all those situations, or your partner may want you to be away from someone from the opposite sex. You may also accuse your spouse of neglecting you in this period, but you think that you're not acknowledged, or maybe you're not that you're always sidelined in the relationship. Still, both sexes you should need to understand that it's not about complaining always. You need to be happy with the situation you're in. Those who are also working, you may look for new work opportunities and employment opportunities. Maybe there could be some news about a work offer or a work employment in the mail. So check your mails, there'll be good news. But maybe the salary may not be up to your expectations. There'll also be people who will come forward and be helpful towards you. On the other hand, as a boss, you will expel those workers who aren't sincere or those who aren't hardworking. You cannot put up with tardy behavior. All in all, that's about it. But I'd like to add here that we'll use the Gateway Oracle deck to understand what is the messages that the universe is giving you. We have the card Savoring Pleasure. It's strange, isn't it? Leos have spelled out in this reading that you need to guard against backstabbing and you need to have harmony in your relationships. Maybe you need to stop and smell the roses. You need to focus on yourself. You need to dance, or maybe go for a picnic, or go for a dinner or dinner date or something like that. Maybe even if you're on your own also, you need to take out time for yourself and smell the roses or enjoy life rather than to be too preoccupied with the mundane. Another message from the Butterfly Oracle deck. For Leos worldwide for June, relationship dynamics, excuse me, it's quite possible that your relationships need to be worked upon in this period. Maybe you need to let go of those relationships which are making you feel low or making you feel upset, because maybe these people no longer need to be there in your life. Let me see what the book has in store for you. What is the message that the book is giving with respect to this card? The card indicates that there have been some changes in one or more of your relationships with your family, friends, or romantic partner. There's a sense that you have less in common and you are growing apart. Like I said, maybe you need to let go of those people who no longer are necessary, or maybe we meet people and then we have to let go of them because that was the time, or maybe that was the time till then they had to be there in our lives. You should also focus on your own self. Maybe you've always put everybody else's needs ahead of yourself. That has affected your relationships. That's why it says, isn't it, that you need to savor pleasure. It seems that the universe always corroborates whatever it wants to relay by giving other signs, or by giving other cards which have the same meaning. I hope, Leos, you liked your reading for June 2020. This is Tarot with Ariana Stark. Please give us your feedback in the comment section. I'd also like to add here that we have the weekly love reading, which is published every week. Have a look at that as well to get greater insight into your love life. This is Ariana Stark signing off. Take care. Bye. Till the next time.